of police. Look. This guy, one thing that upset me about him, I'll tell you. People have picked somebody, you know the standing orders. You are in charge. The standing orders should be that if there was a problem, the police in Homa Bay should have arrested this guy. So some people from Nairobi are going to collect. Those people, he should have arrested them in the first place and interdicted them. Those DCI officers who went for this guy. Because they went against the police protocol. And then there is a problem, then you agree Nyaga, it's called who? Nyaga?
The spokesperson.
The spokesman. You agree the guy to come and mislead you. I mean, Kanja can take a call and ask Talam, can you come to my office? And I'm not listening to it, come with an explanation what happened to Ojwang. And you don't need even to call Nyaga to release a statement. You call the press yourself and say, look, I'm taking
NABII NABWERA delivered a firm and critical lecture on the state of Kenyan security sector during a live appearance on TV47 Morning Cave show, taking an aim at Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, and other senior security officials. He faulted them for what he described as growing dysfunction, lack of accountability, and failure to uphold the rule of law. NABWERA expressed deep concerns over the Inspector General handling of recent incitement, particularly criticizing the failure to enforce basic police protocol. He cited an example where officers from Nairobi reportedly acted outside their mandate in Homa Bay without facing disciplinary action. According to him, this signaled a collapse of internal command and unwillingness by top leaders to assert control or take responsibility. He further accused the IG of allowing misinformation to dominate the public narrative, saying that senior police officials were missing in action during critical moments and were instead letting spokesperson issue misleading statements. He challenged the IG to face the public directly and own up to the failure within the force. Expanding his criticism, NABWERA argued that President William Ruto's administration had allowed itself to be weakened by political loyalties and opportunities who have no interest in effective governance. He said the president surrounded himself with political actors whose personal ambitions were undermining his broader leadership goals and compromising national stability. NABWERA urged the president to shift focus from economic policy alone and address the political wrath within his administration, especially in the security sector. He called for an urgent leadership retreat, what he described as a situation room, moments to reassess the national direction and fix glaring institutional failures. He emphasized that the constitutional mandate the head of state to guarantee security, peace, and protection of property, and warned that current conditions reflect a failure to meet that responsibility. Using strong imagery, NABWERA noted that the sight of an armed civilian stepped in to manage a crowd with batons, while police officers stood by passively, was a public sign that the government had lost control. He declared that the CS4 Interior and IG were clearly not in charge unless the president takes decisive action. The pressure or blames might rest squarely on him.
That's the guy. The guy is totally not in charge.
Yes, exactly.
The problem in this country today is the Inspector General of Police. Look. This guy, one thing that upset me about him, I'll tell you. People have picked somebody, you know the standing orders. You are in charge. The standing orders should be that if there was a problem, the police in Homa Bay should have arrested this guy. So some people from Nairobi are going to collect. Those people, he should have arrested them in the first place and interdicted them. Those DCI officers who went for this guy. Because they went against the police protocol. And then there is a problem, then you agree Nyaga, it's called who? Nyaga?
The spokesperson.
The spokesman. You agree the guy to come and mislead you. I mean, Kanja can take a call and ask Talam, can you come to my office? And I'm not listening to come with an explanation what happened to Ojwang. And you don't need even to call Nyaga to release a statement. You call the press yourself and say, look, I'm taking responsibility as the Inspector General, my officers have erred.
All right. All right. Anarchy, that's the main word. One word headline on the front page of the Daily Nation, aptly captured. The images we're seeing on the front pages today, very disturbing. Let's take a short break. We'll be back to continue with this discussion.
Happen around a nation state like ours in the political management. And I started by telling you one of the undoing of His Excellency the President could be that he brought back too many political animals around himself with varied interests, some which may be not in consonant with his political philosophy. And therefore, they will even, the things they are doing which he is not aware will undermine his authority and will undermine his leadership. I also want to believe the president has spent a lot of time on issues economics. Maybe he needs to retreat and look at the issues political. 3 weeks ago when I was here, I said, what we are going through requires a retreat in a situation room where you look at the boxes and say, we set out as a nation. The Constitution requires that as the head of state, I ensure the security of people, security of people's property. I ensure there is coexistence, there is peace, there is economic stability, children are going to school, and all this. Where are we at this? Here, we are not fixing it well. NABII is the one whom I gave responsibility to fix, is unable to fix. NABII, you can see what we are doing here, you are unable to fix. Can we get somebody else to fix? Because the country is bigger than all of us. Why did I say that? Because going to 3 years, the president knows now who can do what and who is not able to do what. Of course, when you see this on the front page, it's not a good sign. That police are watching civilians take charge to control crowd with batons, and it speaks a different story. What is the story? The CS for Interior is not in control. The IG is not in control.
Clearly not in control.
And therefore the pressure will mount to who? To the head of state.